Me and you two know say host business in this country, the price will go up every day. Before this time, host price they not be there up like this. But now the hosting price, some man they even charge the host in dollars. Whilst other people they charge in euros, but the equivalents are in dollars. Not so all man and equal for rent host in dollars. So for sake of this, we come out today for let we talk to people, let we know how they feel where the host them all the price they don't go up. And waiting the makeup of the host price them where they go up to. Me now was going myself.
Me na landlord. People them you saw they left. One day no they talk about dollar na Leos they talk about. We 2 money pala na 100,000. So give up some to the tenant them. We are in a single room. 40,000, 50,000. We months done 5 days because someone will pay and quick. After 5 days, we months done, we pay it. We will not miss some money in this country. Dollar. Now the present building now they build. Then you face this problem now. And you see now $2,500. How is it possible to get that kind of money? You don't get family outside for cancer support. This is the problem. Now government for stick for the issues that now you should talk here $2 business.
Why host business difficult in Diana Salon? Now wickedness. Because if you know to wickedness, because I know a house where they be 1973 we been born. Up to this time, then they ask for dollar, they don't even be like dollar. Then they another say cement and sand be next to nothing. But now, then they ask for 10 million for a year, 8 million, 12 million. Right now, the whole city map day, because people they don't so gains, they don't get facility, you side in the brook, you side and go enclose, do business and business day. But then they ask. You know, say Salon man, now people they all like for take chance. But if the government, they don't put food, say they are not to dollar country, before don't stop. Because like I know Sidoya, my husband, he get house, but not to in dollar. The cheapest house, I not go say na in no more, but it was stay cheap because what you do, I papa left 5 years, 1%. Even me, so tell I can tell and say, bo, let them rent your car up small. I say because you see how then they say no. He said, "My daddy didn't bill and give me." He said, "I for look for the less privileged man we not able to get." Myself, I understand because like myself not be able to get. So, if some people then they do this, if government if we don't put foot on this thing, say yeah, this sort of dollar, all them say not will be. But I hope say this next government will be now. They put foot on that.
Housing business in this country is like a problem. I mean an added problem considering the skyrocketed guys where they go up with regards dollar, landlord and the request for dollar instead of the leos when our local currency what they use in this country. You go to places them like the western part of Freetown where you go talk about housing, then they say $6,000 for a single woman parlor apartment. How much that person will rent single woman power apartment when I just a single person they go rent down there? How much it will per month? This is one of the causes them where they make people them they become corrupt by the country. Secondly, go to the central part of this country when I feature you talk about rent it, say you want a place for rent, a single room and a parlor. It's about $2,500 a single woman a parlor. How much that person will decide for migrate from the western part because you know able to afford that. They can't send them. How much you will pay when at $2,500? How much in the work? And also in the work for them go able to acquire that kind of money. How much NGO then they we're going to pay you some of money where that man go say, all right, well I go manage pay me rentage. How much NGO then they?
We see people in the never get that money. They prefer to go up the IIE level. Go grab a bit of paper. Or you go to the slum, a big wife, go have pay, what happening? Where atrocity can take place. They're not just in their own fault too. And the circumstances will arise on the own living of their life. No go one day for the and then slowly yeah. A big government.
House price where they go up now as a result of materials them where landlord and they use for do their structures and they're building them. All don't go up, all don't inflate as a result of this custom and as a result of these taxes where they impose on landlord them. Say a bag of cement, I go out for cement yesterday because Mr. the new building. A bag of cement costs not less than 70,000 imported cement. Local cement it costs 55-60,000. I must man able for afford that day. When something a pensioner in the time for like a woman in Palo, I join the way go able for take care of in family them where that pension money then I use for that structure there. How you want to make up that price? So government for look at the custom dues them where they pay, NRA dues them. Then also then they look at the GST taxes where they come up. Government for look up into that day. And they ask the government solidly, let them check the dollar inflation. Then they also know another problem where they result to housing, in domestic housing and problem.
So we help them buy the cement and waiting a colo. But you know, take 1 grand here to pull all your losses. It's not possible. I make palm body house, boku. We so they go build na water can go up there hill. Landslides they be different things than they be. Now all that here because people are not able to pay the kind rent. They meet empty lots. When you go ask for the empty lots, where you list and save. Imona. So me at the biggest the present government. Do ya not help us solve that problem because people in the way they suffer, we catch. We're not able to get place. We get because if my husband gets and me gets, it's the picking there. So do you allow we talk to the next man? Let not take 1 grand here for pulling money. Houses and they so $. Yeah, not $2 country.
Well, you are waiting them people and all don't say concerning house price and country. And how they said it affects them one way or the other because all are not equal. But just relax again, we bring the Master Sabi person. Where they before housing business and the country. Let you everything else.
Well, really, after the mudslide events last year, August 14, 2017, we may get some meetings there with some other stakeholders there. But you know, after the meetings there, it may show the money where they see the figures them, where they come out, and we know me want let this thing be again, and will not get the same loss of lives. So beyond the meetings, we may also discuss them at we own level with them. So myself go meet the Ministry of then Ministry of Finance, my colleagues there, and tell us what we would do. So that they tell us where they be, because after the meetings, some of them feel so bad that all the lives we don't lose. Their lives also can be saved if only we get better planning and good housing. So now this whole thing come out, of course, we get the ODI fellow now, winner Phil Spencer, winner in say, well, okay, then go do this paper so that housing could be captured in the government development plan. Because what they do now, housing corporation, not just small, a minute thing of what's really the one country need in terms of housing. Because we realize now, say, key things that they happen now with housing. We want to now urban sports, urbanization. People are now they come out to the various now upline and the other areas, and they kind of fit on. Because we all believe, say, Freetown get plenty facilities there. So because of that, some man they come. Some man we cannot even get house for tap. Some people in the streets and they sleep. And some man now they go build now other disaster-prone areas there. So it don't put a lot of pressure with the utilities, waste management. You see how the place they get filthy when you walk around the country. Other factors are also responsible at the cost of finance. Because if somebody want to build house, not one man they left property. So if you know they're in that class day, for make yourself later on go own a property, it is almost impossible. Because if you go to a bank, for let you get loan for build house, first of all, you don't forget house back as a collateral. Or if at all, Sometimes you go lend money sometimes, you get for deposit 30% of the total amount where you will need.
So how this scheme make and simple for people like that?
Well, waiting Ministry of Development, the try for present to we now, we want to solve this situation going forward. We want to get a strategy. How you go pull people in from that very low income and move them to a better place in society. Because from what we hear other people and say, other countries in the way even get bigger population than we. We are just 7 million. So people in Africa they are 28 million. Other countries, not to mention, they are 65 million. But they are housing people. So going forward, let me get plan. And God make Ministry of Lands themselves represented here today. And now lands also encapsulates housing. So that means to say in the future, let we get better plans. Let we get a policy now going forward where other than will get land at this country. That means to say if you're in Sierra Leone, you forget land, you forget state land. You guys forget state land. And if you be at a level where you able afford them. Another thing again, we talk very important thing about the demand side and the supply side. Because from all we need the don't put together. If one bill say about 500,000 homes for all Sierra Leoneans then, it will cost over $5 billion in fact. So government not will get that money there because we GDP at the country ain't not able to meet that sale. So they're not going to just take all the money they say look can be post. So what you don't decide for do, let policies be in place so that with you go able from your own small income, you go able for say like 30% every month they put aside. The system for able for do that. A mortgage kind of a system or a policy. Sometimes you work in a government. Then for able for put something like 30% of your money, then they put aside in one basket. So if you work for 10 years, 20 years, by the time you left work, you for able for that money there for don't they go on some investment fund. Where by the time you left, you automatic, you just go into your house. Other people will get host now, other countries where they get mortgage system. Some money they get mortgage for 30 years. By the time they retire, then the host and property they belong to them. So now that kind, you know, we not just want to say let government be host, send people and go on a new thing. In fact, we don't realize this, so the one where they go to the inside, then they come back.
So when this all get for start?
Well, now a plan, this today, it don't kick off because this now a strategy. Of course, until you, like you say, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So this ministry now under the dynamic leadership of Mrs. Nabila Tunis, now don't launch this strategy paper. And you know, go stop here. In fact, from the director of planning, when Dr. Sheka Bangura, then they bring and come into the national government plan. And you know where in a national government plan now, government no go just put aside. Whenever government they sit, even in terms of budgets, then therefore think about it. So I think we're saying a very good.
We and Sierra Leone Housing Corporation don't work in one paper where we talk about housing affordability and housing needs. We want to tell Una that if you go buy a house, this how much you get for pay, or this how much you can pay. So today we don't give a number for how much low-income people can pay, middle-income people can pay, and high-income pay. And we don't say this how many people get for getting house from the government or from one investor because then they'll get used now.
So the one way not get money when a low income and almost in for pay.
Well, we don't go say how much them go pay now, but we go say this for one investor. You can think maybe them can pay this much, maybe them can pay this small money per month from them salary from them small pocket for pay. So today we don't get specific us for give them or for sell them, but we did talk about how much money one person can pay for the future investment.
Well, until you have done you always see people and talk about the cost price then at the country. You hear where the people accept they come and then they tell you, some of the things where they affect people then, where they affect their lives in one way or the other, for say that cost price in the country. Well, you said can say this big trouble will be in the country where as when I've been doing the water and we were supposed to be born. Now the cost price they make, but people they go build up their hill. Some they go down and then Kotokoto for bill. Some they go settle in the slum area. Some they even go, you be hearing what be happening in Motome. And the reason this because most of the one they will be in Motome, they not be fit for the day. Some they will be illegal occupants. They just go grab them and sit down there. because of this host price. And all my one live inside Freetown. Well, the reason is make way for all in trouble again. Over 900 people been die inside last year twin disaster. Boku and the people them be displaced after whether ABAB rain been come where there Boku people. After several months, where the government been try for repatriating people there from the affected community then. This present government indetermined for evacuating survivors there from Usai them be done day and can then go Usai them be done bill for them when at the mile 6 before the rains then go come Boku 1. But we they can't left now, we they can't go down 6 mile for go see. Governments be don't repatriate some people them way begin among them. They don't repatriate some of them they now. We can't go there and see how the housing condition is. There you go listen what they say for say. All the survivors way they na mile 6, then tell President Julius Maada Bio Boku thank together with in government for where they restore their dignity.
See the place, appreciate for the place. Tell them plenty, thank you, tell them do for you. Because they don't can build houses for you, for they can live with family and all. So what now we are appealing to Papa government, we let them go help we how to take care of ourselves for the future tomorrow. And we get picky they will survive, we be see they get injured from now forever injured and get. So we want let them focus over them and let them focus on them in a hospital, let them take care of them because they get more pain. With the money that we do, now they go and fight for supply, going to fight for verify. So
but as I be say, we be understand that the people away have been the real survivor. They not reach 200.
At all not. No. Because if they go to the community, then go with link with the right people and then know the right people now. If they don't believe, let them go to the hospital. Because almost so on the video coaching, so on the video connect, so on the video emergency 34. So they 34.
But how the number don't go up to almost 1,000?
Now the people there 12,000.
12,000. You self get place now?
Yes, ma'am.
But how is it the place?
The place is fine. You're not a
So you
come? Juba, we come up. Yes. In Juba, we dey. I don't come.
Oh, you know the flooding bring you?
Yes, ma'am.
Maybe well things for you?
Yes, we things and well. But I go inside the state of window out. We are very happy for the place the government giving.
About a month ago.
That's now you first come before most of
Yes.
Alright, so who say you been getting in trouble?
Nah. Josiah Drive. 22 Josiah Drive.
You be how it be happen? Host been well?
Yes, part of me host been well, but I go inside a well everything.
But no life no affected.
No.
So you appreciate what the government don't do for you?
Of course.
However, they been get for tell the government say they're not glad small because even though them pull and come out to say them day them bring and kind of fine place, but the place no look conducive.
They need so much. They always concerned to the housing people there, but then you say them we can't amend that problem. But now we don't the worst because again they can heavily. So me I appeal to government and the one they were concerned. Do let it help me. And moreover, water back now is a problem for you. And well water would they drink, now they do everything. And some of them not used to well water.
They call it basic light. This solar. They say a basic light. You know, no side for charge, even phone. And just light no more. It's very strange. Some of us have worked in different places. I don't retire for some, years now. I get good taste, you know. So I suffer without the type of light where I go play music, I go light me, what they call, and charge my phone.
Nothing said this is an extraordinary thing will happen. Well, not a thing where can happen so no more. But if it happen, this is a natural disaster. Then government step in. So you no go accept waiting they force for this while. Say things then come out fine tomorrow.
I don't accept and I make a day. I'm complaining.
Okay, so even in your acceptance, you will still complain.
Yes.
Well, the side where we did so now, of course, the 6 miles still. We side them survive what they are there. and then get church where them build for them. Then Obayanda na the mosque for the Muslims and the Christians. Then we get Obaya way na the orphanage for the one them way the mama, papa, all the family members them been lost. Now that twin disaster day, but the pikin survive. So they make home for them. When at the orphanage, when they get for can keep them. But we don't get information. Say, as I be tell you, say the people and safe where we survive. Now that twin disaster, they not reach. If they reach 200, they not pass 200. They not reach or they not pass 200. But the one them way don't come surface now for this and forget the supply, forget the host facility and all others. Where they cry the loudest, they don't pass almost 1,000 now. So you see the attitude of people. Some man they take advantage of situation. Some man they call in family as far as upline now. Can't let you can register for let you get where you don't get the opportunity now. You want make all kind. So any corner now you pass social media, all man they saying you this they saying you this they say this they say this. Government don't eat we couple government don't, we know they dispute the fact say people they not misuse the fund. But the one them when are the beneficiaries, let them get waiting and do forget. And the one them you will not say you not been there. You just take due advantage for either it be to say the one way be they verify, nice call you for cam or whatever, but you self forget a conscience of your own. Say you know there, you know there. If God say you go get us, you go get us. Need not there for come eat inside, you not belong. We they try for go inside one by the OCR, let we see how they look like, how the inside look. Then we go try for see if any problem they pan the OCR, we will let you know. Let me go inside. Motomen, are you place?
Yes. Watch your problem.
Block F2. Okay, they leave.
Yes. They leave.
That's if you don't leave before now they can't.
Yes, they leave now. Yes, ma'am.
What's the Motomen can inside?
On Friday you can have.
On Friday.
Yes, ma'am.
You don't want to see. Because the local they stiff. Look here back. They leave. That's how it was.
You don't see the back, I did it.
And the solar batteries, what you use on this.
Where you give them light?
Yeah, really do lights.
Yes, ma'am.
When lights are no problem, all you will confirm, all side you will confirm.
Put the lights on, let people see the lights.
And the lights stand here.
Okay, now the light, now this solar they give them the light.
Yes, ma'am.
So the panel there up.
Yeah, the up. So when they give for me, I'm saying go.
Yes, you know, man, the woman close, nothing close to color and they.
Nah, this paint here will be.
When you pass it over, you go the mass, you go the fashion and the food.
Yeah.
Can you open your see the toilet?
So, but this better pass nothing, eh?
Fix everything, go bring every transfer in the place, and make the civil and toilet, everything. Then I don't want to add the inches.
Because this is the inches in there.
Now lose them this sound, so not so they fix everything for me.
So security not be there before?
At all not. So I made a TV and I lose them because they see, if they don't see no more.
Because nobody not go below, so
not put them out.
Even the toilet.
Ultimately, me go and for lose and they go see them go camp. They never go try, they don't need. They don't see.
Where toilets not there now?
I forgot toilet now.
So who's that una kingo?
Na bush.
Okay. Last point. At 12,000. So some people they can't manage.
So people let me reach 12,000 now down a community.
No. No.
From update to Kaningo.
Now from update to go Kaningo now you had to verify all on. I figure that the people they verify.
Say go Juba.
Say go Juba now. Say you go long beside and it stop. So now the amount standing. So we go appeal to our government. Let them cross check the right people. Yes, all my affected this country. What's happening?
Yeah, because it must get linked to family.
Yes, affected victim survival day. Affected it. So some of them are affected. You understand? But then get the survival, when a victim affected survival. Now they begin at hospital. Now then the right people are there for travel focus. Because I make the chief minister talk and say, he say if when I say for pay for the ride in Diana, that money no, they will pay for everybody. So the other way they be saying they survive, they go for sick too. And so the chief minister say.
Okay.
So they appeal to them, they go help pull, let them stick to it. So they are the Soviet NGOs then.
Yeah, let government help we. Let government help we. When now they are so not getting nothing for it.
And I will not beg with the big.
I go for that come. We not get money now we earn. Money government, money we not say they give it. Say not give it.
Well, you don't hear you all waiting happen to them people, and you hear where they talk the constraints and where they get. We don't done with 6 Mile. We dey try for go now na new thing when na 4 Mile. We hear about one side where they call Destiny Village. Yeah, na the survivor them. They are this twin disaster will be happening August 14, 2017. Well, we dey try for go now na 4 Mile, as I tell you, for go watch at the slum dwellers them. We don't understand say they get 22 hosts them way 22 families way for moving na the Destiny Village where na the Home Leon now they undertake this project and they don't build hosts they want for they know they just build homes but they build communities. They want to make that community they for build people and create job for a member of the family. We go the help for they get money and pay for the host small where then they work with federation. We they try for go na 4 Mile now and show you how they self look like. We just don't come out 6 Mile. And the 6 Mile, as you see there and here, waiting people and they say, now the one way, now the survivor them of this twin disaster will be last year, now 2017, August 14, that trouble will be as a result of that twin disaster. Now the side and the way, you know, where government provide for them where they live. Yeah, what would they in a Home Leon? But the village, they call them Destiny Village, where they come inside there for suicide, the slum dwellers, the one where they in the slum. Then koto them side them where you know no can find for them what money I reach. The people them where don't come where they don't pull in through federation, one organization where they deal with people where they live in the slums. So now then they work with Home Leon, now them provide for them. We they enter there and show you what's in the happen inside. When are they the kind building them where they see and on the backs. They see say now we use local materials and they use everything about the local material, but they're very durable from the look of things. But we got somebody now, when Andrew Condor, in the communications person for this organization. How you do?
I do fine.
I try.
Okay.
So tell me a little bit about this Home Leon. Why would I call it Home Leon?
Okay. We visionaire when the CEO we call Nigel Hyde, now a British. So it don't know this. It came to this country 2003. Wow. So he work around. He come for different projects first, but when he come, he see how the slum activity, they how people they live in the slum, and so he begin go down. They listen to them. They talk. They interact. Then they tell them what's not the problem, what's not the problem when they face. So and they come back to the government then and find out what's in the happen. They find out a solution or they not got any plan for pulling people then come on at that place there. So he said, well, if I not do something as an individual, who that go do? Since nobody not doing it, then Home Leon come inside as a charity organization. So that's so we come.
So this Home Leon, you not just there in construction or?
Yes, now in construction we there, but you know, for let you relocate people, you got 6 things and where you go for do. One, now the housing itself.
Okay.
Where we don't begin to do so. Two, now education.
Education, yes.
Yes. 3, now health.
Health.
4, now water. 5, electricity. Okay. And the 6 now livelihood.
Okay.
So and we get all that one day in this village. So for relocate the people from the slum in Kaya, if you go for Gonatong, possibly say one go waka. But we inside this village, Destiny Village, we the pilot program for other villages, for build right across the country. Okay. We get all the 16 they also in place. And each and every family who they bring Kanayaso, a job is guaranteed per one family.
Explain that. What do you mean?
Good. So like if we let go for poor people in come on the slum and bring them Kanaya. Like for instance, you did in one of the apartment there also. Home Leon they give you work. One person inside that family they get work. Either the breadwinner or the wife.
Or any one part of
any one part them will get it. So now out of that one the inside will take, he begin pay for it small. it done. Then
so how the person go to get the money where they pay?
So now we they talk now, we they provide job.
Okay.
Now we got brick factory. Then block here we see so we take bill now. So now we say they make them. Now so and we don't train a lot of youth man them as to how to make them block here so. So then they said my whole business because for they sell the block to the community, sell the block to people who will be interested for buy and take and build their own houses.
So all let us there with the inside this Destiny Village. Now people who go take from the slum community now then get for come there inside us there.
Yes.
So how gonna identify the people?
Good, that's a very good question. This process don't begin way back from 2014. Okay. The investigation process, going to the slum, doing research, interviewing people, doing registrations. So not so like we don't build a house and begin call people the way wrong people can come inside.
And they don't start them for long.
Yes, we don't start them for long now. So now so we able to forget the people then. So now make the processing we don't do. We don't get people then for even occupy all the houses for being there with the on the waiting list. But soonest as we get the people waiting now when 22 family heads. Okay. Where then say for move inside the house we don't see so. This time block of 8. When 8 family for the inside 8 family under 8 family under.
Are they with 2 people then? And are they with Sampa? Yeah. Jalo. Alright, now 2 different families come on. Okay, who's particular slum community where you live?
Me como Godrich.
But which part?
Peninsula, Funkia.
Funkia.
Community, yeah.
Okay. How then you be able to be beneficiary for this?
From this? Well, it belongs to our organization, we're in a federation. Okay. This federation, they work with Homeview. And myself are part of federation. So with this opportunity come, they pick some of who they live in the slums. They ask me for field form. Say now this program Homeview live about for able helping people the way they live from the slum. So myself grab this opportunity.
So now how many in your family?
Well, like my family, I get 6 people in my own family. Me, my wife, me picking it.
Okay. So now don't get place.
Well, there is place on the right already right now. Or even though we not transfer it as you can see them tent today, because we self come, we can participate for building houses away for build we own. Don't do we get for this small thing, but not to better money. 130,000 we would give for months. But then they better than we go sleep and then slum the way they don't they sleep then they come they engage waiting here for happen there you.
So that 130,000 they not going to get any money.
Yeah, every month they give 130,000 until you pay for the house for the 20 years.
So now you want to work on now?
Well, residents every any household, each apartment, then they employ 1 person. If like me when I the daddy of the family and no work, if I can be picking to work, then they employ me picking wise me to go work or aside. Okay. So that opportunity then give you.
So Sampa, which community were you in?
We come on the Kakube community.
Kakube. Family you did?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Wow. So are the same way you said?
Yeah, the same way myself come through federation. The federation themselves they work with Homeview. Yes. So when they say for offend people then from the slum, so they live with them because they know the right people then will be the one at the right place. Yes. So when they get for family, one brother now they call Mr. Abel. So they get to come.
So how life will look like na slum, Jalo?
Life be so miserable. We live the normal because of we know the. We all want live freedom, but for Lord and say we freedom. But certain way they live, certain person are freedom. I prefer even Bema Shaka Sepla live there. But because we just want to get the name say I live in a freedom.
So life not really good.
It's not easy. It's not good.
Sound for you?
Same thing like Mr. Jalo they try for say because they live in the slum. Where you see the car, you think and say, oh, me what target for come. You get your family, where then they with you, you get small picking. More especially like me, I go say, okay, I go able to resist the cold. But like we picking, like for myself, where the time when they say rain season they come, they take my family, send them upline. Right now then they upline, not where they can family. Right now then they with me in our force. They can family say to the time we God go make and say for transfer. But at the moment right now, again my own place so I don't secure now. I don't even point inside all thing. Try for the way someone have for time for transfer.
Well, we did try for go around and show you the house there. You really watch this viewfinder. Let you watch how the structure then look like, and what's not the facility then. We they go around for show you all waiting inside. But before they go, We want to talk to the person.
So now, we get my own boss now. When I'm the project director, now in the mandate is very strong man. I can call him soldier. You know, it don't come out UK. It don't then at this country for the past 3 years. With the wife, my name is Joe Boxall. So first way can I say container be the sleep. Could you imagine for just show the passion what they get for pull the compatriot and come on out the slums and bring the camp. So now Joe Boxall and Joe Boxall viewfinders.
Hello there, nice to see you. Howdy, buddy.
Okay. Oh, you dey talk Creole?
Small. Only 3 years.
Only 3 years. Okay.
Nice to meet you.
So tell us more about this home, Leo, of registering and all of that.
I think it's like something that grows together. You know, on the path, you find out the problems you're going to get, what people want. So the first year and a half was trying to get land and interviewing people in the slums. So before we even built one brick, there was a big investigation to find out what is the real problem and what is a good fit. It's almost like you have to shape the solution to the problem, and that took a long time. And that's why we've only got 32 houses after 4 years, but now we're building and the first families are moving in.
Talking about the durability of these homes, and from the look of things, they are just bricks.
Yeah.
But from the look of from outside,
yeah,
like these ones here,
yeah,
they are so strong. So how long will these ones last?
Well, I've seen this type of block laid from 1996. And they still look absolutely fine.
Where, in Sierra Leone?
Yeah, in Sierra Leone, down on the Barbary Road. But there's a company called Hydroform. They're based in South Africa. They use these in China, Africa, and India. And these blocks are taking off. They're going through the roof because you can use 95% clay soil, which is in the ground, and small cement. So like between 4 and 6% cement. And then that means you get a good strong block and you get the sun and you cure them for about 6 days. Well, no, it's about 14 days to make them solid. So you wet them in the morning and then you cover them in plastic and they become harder over 14 to 21 days.
So what are the facilities added to these homes?
So every house gets its own toilet, and at the moment it's 2 houses share 1 shower, but in the future ones that we're going to build, we're actually going to make sure that everybody gets their own toilet, their own shower. These ones are 2 bedrooms, so you get 2 bedrooms and you get a kitchen and a parlour, veranda. So parlour, 2 bedrooms, kitchen and veranda, and we've got running water in the houses which will be metered as well.
What of the electricity?
Electricity, at the moment, we're running off a generator while we build the site because we need power, 1 for our businesses and 2 for the brick factory. But by the time we finish this particular village, we're hoping that NPA will come along the main road. We're about 500 metres away from the main road, so we're hoping to connect them back afterwards.
Taking people from the slums require them to have not only the homes, but they are supposed to have not only electricity as well, water, but they need schools in their communities and some other basic amenities.
Yeah.
Do you have them here?
Yeah, so we're going to have a market, and hopefully you can show on the programme the plan of the whole site. So we have a market, we have a kindergarten, JSS and SSS. We also have a football pitch. And we're hoping that Liverpool, a football club, we'd like to do an AstroTurf football pitch so we can play all year round. And also we have like an amphitheatre for doing arts and drama, public speaking. But one of our biggest pushes on this site will be adult learning. So we're going to have a vocational training centre that seeks to take the people that we get from the slums and that we train them in carpentry, masoning, electrics and plumbing.
In this community?
In this
or
community.
In subsequent communities?
In this community, we're going to train them here, we're going to equip them here, so that even when we're finished building Destiny Village, we've actually built up some of the builders for tomorrow, the builders for Salone for tomorrow.
We then at the school where they don't they bill for the picking them where then their family then the picking away them be there at the slum here because they be there with their families there as well. We the first set we got for Camden here. But this school here, when it will be available for the picking?
Okay, so this school for done by now because we been get the director of education will be come up briefing for camp. By now for don't train the teacher them already because the thing we got for happen we dey train the teachers them for the kind of system of education where we want now that kind of yes. Even though we go for use the Sierra Leone curriculum, then the Sierra Leone curriculums we have to teach. Then exactly, then from the pre-primary, primary, JSS and SSS. Okay. So because of all that one day, we've been late small for training people because the director be left, he gets another family problem, so we don't continue. So we don't get another director from US. Okay. So inside don't take up the charge. So now inside go for camp and continue training. So we go for delays more. We need to open September, but we open December. But what that means? After the people don't come inside their houses, we'll be for don't do the 17th of July. But then like an opening, we want to do the whole village and the family they move in. But we're not going to open and close for the rains because what happen, the expatriates they all go for travel back for the rains. So if we open on the 17th, then that means we go for close back and then they come back September open. So now they can open the village now in October, around October 3rd. So in December, the schools them would already. Okay. But what did happen? So with the beginning, we go for fence schools them around this vicinity. Okay. For them picking and they come temporarily wise and day. So in December, we open the pre-primary. Okay. Now the JSS and the SSS in 2019 we open and day. So but that still means the beginning will be around there. They're going to do other schools then.
Then the JSS and the SSS.
And the SSS.
But yes. The pre and the primary then go for camp
in December.
In December.
Yeah. So they don't go far away from the families. Okay. So actually they see this and the blocks and at the background. Okay. And the classrooms are so spacious because not to that kind of classroom setting that all months you don't and facing the blackboard will go find it difficult for the teacher for go behind work and eyes. We na a round table kind of sitting by groups. So now make if you go inside the very spacious and it's gonna be wonderful.
So this go for continue in other provinces because like when at the beginning so inside Freetown, when I go for go on other side and at the country.
Yes, that's the plan. That's the reason why we say the vice president become a look at this model and say this is good. In fact, we advise after we don't it here, now put the health system under government and put the school under the government. That means we will benefit from the free education and other facilities. Yes, we plan for this is just a pilot program, okay. Destiny Village. We are going to build more Destiny Villages now. Other communities right across the country, not only Freetown. Okay. So who are willing for go back more can go back more. Who are willing for go Makeni can go Makeni. Who are willing for go Kenema and go Kenema.
That depends
if the government. Slum. Yes. Now what I mean, we can relocate the people in a slum here and move them. Okay. Move them away if they want to be. If they want to go back.
If they want to go back.
Exactly. With all the social amenities we embedded to the program.
So the same thing we go there, the same thing go there.
Go there other side them. That is if the government come and we work together.
I'm really glad the way see I left. In fact, I left then I can't see lawyer. For my come over come. Now yeah, they are fixed. I need to go. Where they give me, if they give me any week me money for transport, I need to go. I get around, I had to eat for the week 10 months, so they give me money I send for my family. Yes.
Jalo, when you say you eat you?
Of course.
Your money when they pay now. If you say they get for me,
no. I no go say at the gather them because we don't give me enough for make use of them for transportation go and come. Okay. So they no go expect me to for keep them. That's number one thing. But the most important thing we me glad for, this civil decision will not ever happen at this country. Since we me born. For those foreign people in Canada, this country, so they can't build houses and for people that are not vulnerable people that are not able to build those. I get the intention for build those, but I don't get the upper hand for that buy land. So if home loan don't have the opportunity there, me just say cry to the government, able focus attention towards home loan. In any other organization like the UNDP, when I saw the organization, they let them focus attention to home loan and help them, so that they go able drag with other sister or brother that who left behind there for camp let this place can develop, forget about the slum. Because slum life is not good. The sick there, even if you go around in terms of the toilet system, just say we go, you have to the point. Because they just say chook stick there, then suspend and leg banda. So you know go call on the toilets. Wait till they pull inside your belly, then they go left pass with and back, say come to you back. But see how they live decent life, they wash and showers, you get decent toilets, you get fine place. The environment for alone, you say we can say I know say. Person live now, pass you say, so say I know get government like it. But anyway, things say if they are, they are. I they live life now right now pass more than the people in Boku with the free tongue. Because some man no able wash now under showers. So that opportunity they may get now. I can wash under showers, our toilets now fine flush.
So, Safa, you say?
Yeah, the same thing like Mr. Jallo they say like. So like when they say until now we don't take view, when I see now the vicinity, when I see the place. So like with the big government, they are and not to even governments no more. If we get people like maybe when we say they're able to build 10, 15 houses them for themselves, let themselves come inside and help Papa government. For let them able to make at least the people them where they live that rubbish life down here and let themselves get place now. So they are Papa government with the big now. They are big.
Some na two of the beneficiaries in that way na Jallo and Sanfa, where they don't send, they advocate for them company, where they did slum communities. He says slum living not good. You know, slum living is not really good. But we they go around and see how the place look like. Let me show you the other rest of the facility. If you tomorrow where you dey around here, you watch right down, you they see say the place, you know. You watch down and see how the place look like. You see say the place not only look conducive for the people, but it's very, very spacious. And the breeze where they meet you now yourself, where it's map na the area there. Picking self where they now if they go school, they live in a very, very good environment. We they go around and show you the rest of the facility and how the people go for live now. Before we go around this facility, people may want to know, especially those that are in dire need of housing. Do you normally, provide homes for people on a cheaper rate, quite apart from those living in the slums?
Home Lyon's model is targeted at the moment for the people from the slum communities because that's how the vision started. It started with the problem of...
But do you sell the blocks to people?
Yes, the blocks, if anybody wants to buy any of these beautiful hydroform blocks, we sell them. And any of the money that we make as a profit comes back into Home Lyon. So we're completely non-profit organisation. Any profits from any of our businesses actually go to building houses for the poorest. It's like there used to be an old system called a cooperative system, where all of the wealth of the village used to come in to making a better village. And so that's really a model of what it kind of looks like here. So the business goes to improve the village.
So you are not just into building homes, but building communities as well?
Our motto would be that we're building houses, building people, building Sierra Leone. So, and in the building and the relocating of houses, we get to impact lives. But the main thing that really makes this model work, which we need the government's help and the private sector's help, is to bring business to Destiny Village, bring business to villages like a relocation and say, let us do agricultural business, let us do software business, let us do manufacture business right next to us so that we can create that employment that they need to build.
When we still there na the Destiny Village, the side where you just don't hear what Joe say, na the toilet area we just so we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rooms. The one where they for shower for was and all the rest na toilet where they come sit down and waiting. But you can imagine people where we don't live na slum communities. Then they come today, they don't identify them, and therefore come and can live na here. We just want to show you the facility where they can enjoy. Of course, the toilet is clean. And we just want to let you know, see, 20. Water dey na somebody wey been dey na slum wey no na that dirty water, that gutter water. Then now you don't come. You know say the slum they don't get toilet facility. They just can go left all thing at the water. All man they pull in pipe now towards the water. You hang up. Now inside the beginning they go down, go take their iron. Then then scrap metal for sale. So man can even go inside the water, then they pull sand. We, you know, for bailing. So people then go don't use the toilets now and all things they just go inside the water. So how the sick go down? And let government bring almost 2 workmen say na free. They don't go get some sleep when they don't carry the people in now yeah they therefore can stay. Right now they say they don't cater for 22 families where they therefore can deny. Is this one is it the same as the others?
Yeah, so this platform, this model is what we're finished on. So it's a compound that's got a nice amount of space for small children to be inside, and then every block of 8 houses, so every 8 of these, you'll see later.
So this particular block is for 8 families?
It's 8 families, and you get 2 medium-sized bedrooms, you get a kitchen, which you can see on your left, and the houses are done in such a way that you can open the front door and the back door. So when the dries come, when it's very hot, you're able to open your front and your back door together.
So that's the front.
Parlor.
Is it the front parlor?
So this is the parlor. We have fly screens, so to keep the mosquito out. Plastic is up on the ceiling, but we're still to put that up on this particular house.
So this one is...
And then there's 2 bedrooms, and each bedroom it gets its own window and light is there. So they're a good size. So when you talk about places 1, 2, they're 3 meters by about 4.5 meters. So you can fit a nice family in here.
So there is light as well for the meantime.
Light is
until
here.
Until after construction.
Yeah.
Maybe by that time the general light may have come.
Yeah, and we'll be putting meters in for electricity and meters in for water, and there'll be a government-approved reasonable rate. So we're not going to inflate the price of water up high. It's going to be something that's manageable for them and manageable for us.
Okay, let's go outside and look. We let's try for gonna do and watch at other areas. We don't see Yana for 8 family, different families 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so to 8. So you get spacious place where the beginning will play around, play gonde, side away, you know. So we not country, we beginning we must go and get neighbor and we start beginning with the play around. Then they get other side when for recreational activities. Will try for go out. Okay, these blocks do lock themselves together.
Yeah, so you have male and female end to end, and male and female top and bottom. And you see, once they're laid together, you cannot move them. And these wide ones, you can actually build 2-story. So the strength of them means that if you go up 1 story, you put small beam around, then you can go ahead and do another story.
So you can build these ones with 2-story buildings.
2-story buildings
without using iron rods.
Without using iron rod, you just put a ring beam, yeah. And you can put corners on to shore it up if you want. You can just do the corners of the building in like a beam on the corners. But they build with them with a 1-story beam and then a 2nd-story straight.
So how many bricks can build a 3-bedroom and a
So we're working on 8 houses. So it's approximately 35,000 blocks for 8 houses. So you have to do the maths, but if you divide 35,000 by 8, that gives you how many blocks that you need to have. So it's quite a lot of blocks, but the other thing about them is these, because they haven't got sand in them, they're cooler. Sand heats up and retains its heat. This, because it's earth, it stays cooler, it doesn't heat up. You know, like when you walk on a beach So
the place, these homes are cooler, especially in during the dries.
In the dries, these are definitely, I would go as far to say that these are houses are maybe 40% cooler than a block-built house, which when you're in March, it means something.
Well, 52 homes, but some good Soria people may build 52 homes for some people and when they are new team. Some of their homes today, we don't begin to allocate them. But where they may build, or some areas in there, they don't may do drainage. So we find out, say, we're not able to give out all the homes because some, when the heavy rains don't begin to come, some of the dirty they don't begin to wash, even some of the septic tank there. I don't know why let people go there and they go get an epidemic. So the homes decide away, okay, we don't give out about 30 of the homes then. We still work with the relevant ministry because, in fact, now about 3,000 people are really affected, the victims, and 52 homes. But with all of this program, let's all go for house more people.
Salon people tire, especially with the way people they live in slum communities. One, na the Kube community. Most times governments then can come in, you know, they mitigate and do certain things, relocate them and give them small for but then they go. So when I want to say then get power past the government.
But frankly speaking, if you carry people in from Freetown, take them on a side way, they know they forget the anti-months, it's difficult. What we say they do, we don't talk to the Ministry of Health, through the CMO, that we can get a clinic there. We need a school. I believe so you say just come put in a Freetown and say come in a meeting. First of all, it's transportation for the camp every day. So we have to create livelihoods. And part of this meeting today, we get other partners, them like the Home Leon. Home Leon themselves don't do some about 108 homes. Their own policy really, their own strategy now for just relocate slum dwellers. And then they do and they get a printing press, then they get other livelihoods for people. Because the main people will keep them now the livelihoods. But you know, Sierra Leone, the commissioner will do all. Now I could work with other partners. And of course, this now, they're not the eye of government.
You know, before they left, you know, things say that method for Leona they award contracts to people. Look like what you say, substandard building now, what I don't make it. If the building be look fermented, good, I don't think say what's for boiler easily. So you don't think say we have for come up with other initiative like this, plastic waste, so that the environment will be clean. Because me and you two know say if they sell plastic, but Cooper we not go to even at it. We go to find way for keep them. For go sell to the one the way they use that for make then fine hosting for people where go be less, you know, expensive and all that. It will be affordable for every the poor man.
Well, now that's be the essence of this meeting. This meeting don't mean like minds them. Like this company don't talk about plastic. We self-Sierra Housing Corporation, where they do what they call now, where they use affordable building materials, where they build with brick. This red dot you see. In fact, the red dot what we use for build our house and new team, after all the water and after all the breeze, the house still team up. That should say it proven say what we use with local building materials. It's durable.
Some man will say the red dotty hat for fair, not all air get red dotty, but all air gets plastic.
Well, red dotty self day. In fact, when you build you also you dig the foundation, that dotty self you use. You can use that. Red dotty all over this country. If I would do some research, some dotty they within a part like bow, it's so beautiful, the color so nice. If I want to just get dotty, you can even use clay. Various materials you can use. But you know something they will just say, hey, this is not dotty block. But that dirty block, the 9 other content they use. It just depends on how you mix them with the cement for getting required, the quality.
Well, as I tell you, you don't see, of course, you where they watch the program here, you will see different people and say, but housing business and the country, even the agents them way we could normally look for, where they go around to friend for we will then self want, you know, their own commission at the end of the day. Yeah, where we will bring you come, of course, you don't see the one way the government make for the Ebola, yes, for the mudslide survivors, where then between disaster will be happen and country, the survivor, you be sweating how your place they look like na 6 mile, and same way so you able to the people and talk na tongue self, the different people but how the host rent business and people and want they charge their host now in dollars. So the equivalent of the dollar now most host owner then they make charge now for the hosting. So you will not get 12, 15, 16 million. You know they able to live in a fine house. If you get below that, well, go remember say you go for the lesser ones. So like this opportunity don't come now for them one way they live in the slums. Them I say the people themselves will live in the slums, they are part of salon, people them, and they self get guides for get basic social amenities. So like this opportunity we come for they look like for say, let's say they put hand for make sure say let them get a better livelihood now this particular community, any community where they find themselves, so that if this wire continue, you will the program will be help to them wire. If this continue, no slum no go there again now this country. The slums they will be empty and they will get a better way of living. As I tell you, they provide jobs. We watch them back. This is a job creation day for the families them wake up for dinner, and you know their livelihood go definitely get a turnaround. Boku, thank you for your time. You will take time for watch this program, and let's thank you to the producer Wayne and George Louis. You will present the program. My name is Rose Konima. They say I go see and talk to you in another edition. Let's thank you for your time. Bye bye.